Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Club at 22, the Rangers podcast. This is Club Live on Friday, the 24th of November. I am your host this evening, Ryan Haymarch, and we are here to discuss all things Rangers. As always, please like, share, and subscribe to the pod. Get our numbers up as much as possible. We really appreciate the support and the spike we've had in subscribers, so please keep it coming. Tell your friends about it. Text them, whatever you want to do. Just let them know about the podcast and share it with them. I'm going to introduce my guest to you. Firstly, is Mr. Ali Pearson. How are you doing this week, mate?
Not too bad. Another week closer to Christmas now, Ryan. To our festive holiday we've got coming up soon. Stay tuned, listeners, for that one. No, I'm only joking. But no, looking forward to Rangers being back. I know Scotia had his beloved Scotland that was on, which I took no interest in, to be honest. But yes, Rangers back and away at Pittodrie as well. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're straight into thick here, Ali. Terms of being away to Aberdeen, but obviously we'll talk about that later in the pod. And yes, it is 2 weeks today until that holiday you mentioned there, Ali. 2 weeks, which feels like not very long compared to this international break. It feels about 82 weeks we've had this international break. Everybody get involved in the chat, as always, and send some questions in. We'll try and get them as much as possible. Last but not least, Mr. Scott Carney, how are you this week?
Yes, hello, you're quite right, mate. This has felt like a rather long international break, a lot longer than the last one did anyway. It's amazing how much a difference it makes when your team's playing better football. But yes, no, the long week is over. Sunday's nearly here, Rangers are nearly back, so all good, mate, all good. Before we crack on, I put out a post yesterday to say that we're doing a Black Friday giveaway, and we are going to do so. So this is literally how you do so. And your chance of winning anyway. So our Black Friday giveaway, instead of you making you buy stuff on Black Friday, we'll decide we'll give stuff away, which is rather nice of us, I suppose. So all you have to do tonight for a chance of winning is be subscribed to the channel, comment in the live chat, either Manscaped or Rangers. If you comment Manscaped, you'll be in a chance of winning the Perfect Package 5.0 Ultra, which includes the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra body hair trimmer, the crop soother, the crop preserver deodorant, and the Magic Mat disposable shaving mats, and the Shed 2.0 toiletry bag. So you've got a chance of winning that if you comment Manscaped. If you comment Rangers, you've got a chance of winning the Rangers home top in your choice of size, whatever size you would like. So that's all you have to do to enter. Be subscribed, comment Manscaped and or Rangers. If you're wanting a chance of winning both, then comment Manscaped and Rangers at separate occasions, and I will pick a winner for each at the end of the pod from the live chat. So get involved, everybody, and very much good luck. Ryan?
Amazing. That's amazing. Like a Black Friday deal, you don't need to go into a queue or put any codes in or anything like that. It's literally subscribe to this channel, which is free.
It's free. It's free.
It's free. Subscribe to this channel for free. You get these podcasts for free, and you also get a chance to win a Manscaped product or a Rangers top. So yeah, get subscribing, guys. Get the comments in. Get your friends subscribing, because it's a brilliant opportunity to win something, and it's both great products as well. We're not just saying that. Manscaped are outstanding. That will come halfway through as always when I start through the promo. And Rangers tops are outstanding and top for themselves. But enough of that. Let's talk about some football. Ali, I'm going to come to you first because Carney he was obviously up at Almonvale, was going to call it. It's not Almonvale anymore. It's
Tony Macaroni.
Tony Macaroni. I was going to sing the song there. I refuse. And yeah, he was at the game, so he did the post-match. But me and yourself haven't really spoke about it. I thought Rangers, more importantly, it's never a pleasant game to watch on these plastic pitches, but Rangers got the job done. But I think the most important thing is, Ali, that Rangers were good for it against Livingston, weren't they?
Yeah, I thought Rangers were decent, and thanks very much, Brian. Much appreciated. He's looking for the Manscaped. He's not looking for the Rangers top. It's actually quite intriguing who's putting Manscaped and who's putting Rangers. So
there's actually more than I thought putting Manscaped, to be honest.
Yeah, so they're obviously all doing their balls shaved for Christmas. So yeah. We'll see what happens there. But no, in terms of Rangers at Livingston, Ryan, it was. I thought it was just very routine and the way it should be, going to places. Livingston weren't in a great run, if we're being honest about it, and I think they may struggle this year, Livingston, but never had a sniff the whole game. I know the first half, I mean, the VAR decisions was unbelievable in the game, but a wee bit stodgy at times, but Rangers were never in danger. Livingston never looked like scoring. Butland, I don't actually think he had a save to make in the whole game, but I thought it was routine. My only negative is we probably should have scored more goals, but that's been very punitive, by the way. But no, I was delighted. And it finished off pretty much a perfect start for Clement. I know we got the draw, obviously, away in Sparta, but couldn't ask for any more, Ryan. And delighted. And there's a style of play in this Rangers team as well, which is more important to me. I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to buy into it. And no, I was delighted after that Livingston result.
Yeah, same. I think we always look at these plastic pitches and think that's a potential banana skin, whether that or not that's scar tissue or not, but it is always in my mind that I think, God, this could be one of these games. But yeah, I thought the team got the job done. They were robust, professional, and they were good for it. This is the thing that I'm starting to see with Rangers under Clement is, even if we're not winning 3-4-0 or overly convincing, we are good for it. We're creating chances now. And I think it's because he's implemented this style and identity that we're all talking about. Carney, if nobody's seen it already, you did a great pod with Stevie Clifford during the week. It was about Clement so far. I don't want to paint the wall again, but it is good too because things are going well at the moment. He's definitely implementing a style, and Rangers have got an identity, thank goodness.
Thank goodness, mate. Yeah, I think it's what we've all been hoping for, and it's not. But by no means is everything perfect. And but all it is something that we can relate to. It's something that we can buy into. It's something that the fans and the players can all buy into, and we can all see it happening with our own eyes, which is something that we've been hoping for a long time. It's maybe not that we obviously could identify with Gio to an extent because of the horseshoe football, if you like, but it's not attractive and it didn't work. Whereas the things that Clement's implementing so far have been working, and it seems to have simplified what we're trying to do, and it's not overcomplicating things, and it's very much just giving the players the tools that they need to go out and do the job that they need to do in order to win football matches. So yeah, I think it's crucial for the longevity of Clement to continue to do that, to continue to build on that, not overcomplicate things, which I don't really think that he will. I think the whole philosophy, the way that he's approaching things is it is a breath of fresh air. It's something that we've kind of all been hoping for. And I say the biggest thing I just go back to is it's bordering on relentless what we do in the terms of how we play football and in terms of how we are controlling games. And it's us putting our game onto the opposition and not the other way around, which is for the majority of the games that we are going to be playing, let's be honest, that's the way it should be. Europe aside, okay, you might have to make alterations to what you're doing considering the calibre of opponent that you might go up against. But so far, mate, it's so far so good. And generally, it was a good chat here. It's always good to hear Stevie's insight when because he's obviously closer to Clement than what we are, closer to the club and what we are. And I really appreciate his views without blowing smoke up his arse. I really appreciate his views, and I can relate to a lot of the stuff that he says. I don't entirely agree with everything that he says. I think we can, especially with Lammers, we had a discussion where I'd usually be shocked to hear that I disagreed with him. But it's good that Rangers fans are all starting to sing off the same hymn sheet, if you pardon the pun there. But it's something that I think we've just been crying out for, mate, and long may it continue. And it's been ages since I've been really looking forward to Rangers' next match, and Sunday can't come quick enough.
Yeah, we're all absolutely choking for Sunday. A lot of praise coming into the comments there about the pod you did with Stevie, and I echo your thoughts there and what you're saying. He's a breath of fresh air to listen to Stevie, and he's welcome on this pod anytime, although he's getting a smaller Christmas card this year from me due to his doubt about Van Yilmaz, but he's on a list, let's put it that way. Ali, just before I move on to the next subject, like I said, Carney there, you can definitely see a difference in style. The huge thing for me, and I text the chat and I always bang on about it, I think we all do, it's not just me, you can see that players have been told to start passing this ball direct. You can see they've been told to stop making the pass for passing's sake, and it is that's making the difference for me.
It's huge. The simple things like you say, Ryan, moving the ball quick. I mean, you watched us under Beale and we were laboured on a ball, sideways, backwards. We were never really going anywhere. Then the other team would get into shape and would struggle. But they moved the ball. If they move the ball quick, Rangers, most teams won't live with them in this league. And you can start to see it with it. And even Lundstrom, who was slaughtered at the beginning of the season along with a lot of other players, he's probably the most improved. I think we've discussed this on it. Moving the ball quick. Connor Goldson mixing it up at times with a diagonal ball over the top as well. Tom Lawrence as well. I thought his pass for Desser's goal was fantastic. Just a bit of intelligence. I just think, he's finally, we've got a style of play, and that we can finally see what Rangers are doing, and he likes width as well. He likes pace as well. He'll come out young McCausland, but yeah, everything I see so far, Ryan, is positive, and that's all we asked for when he came in. Give us something to believe in, and I think he is so far. He's mentioned in his pressers that there will be bumps in the road. There's going to be bumps. He says it can't be perfect. Football can't win every single game, so there will be a bump somewhere. But hopefully it's not in this wee block of 12 that we're coming into, because it's vitally important that hopefully we can get maximum points in this block that we're coming into. But so far so good for me, Ryan. It's enjoyable to watch Rangers at the moment, and it was a chore before. So as Carney said, you're looking forward to. I know it's Aberdeen, and we'll obviously come on to that, but you're looking forward to going and seeing it, and you're more confident under Clement than you would have been under Beale going up there.
Yeah, you're absolutely spot on. One of my best mates was over today doing a bit of work in the house, and he was just saying, he works away from home, so we rarely catch up on Rangers, and he just said, what a difference to the last time I seen you. And I was like, I know, like it's only been 6 weeks, and he's just come in and gave us that belief. So yeah, he is the hope at the moment that we all needed. But yeah, it's a long road ahead for him, but I think he's definitely won us all over the ball, got his back going forward. You mentioned Ross McCausland. Ali, I'll stay with you. Another player for me who is a breath of fresh air. We all love seeing young talent come through. He's different to maybe the young players we usually see because he's so direct. He looks to me like an out-and-out winger. He's confident. He's sharp. He looks for me as if he really has got something that he could offer this team going forward, even this season. But we need to tie him down. That's what's in discussions at the moment. How impressed have you been with Ross McCausland since he got introduced to the team?
Really impressed with him. He plays that one position, Ryan, that nobody's nailed down in this Rangers team for years. Every transfer, January and the summer that comes up, we're always saying the right-hand side. That's where he plays. So of all positions for him, he's got the perfect one to try and nail a slot down in this team. I think he's been impressive, Ryan. Like you say, young, plays with no fear, takes players on. Do you know what he reminds me a wee bit of? Folk might slaughter me in the comments for this, but I think he does a wee bit. See when Chris Burke broke through into the Rangers team,
yes,
and he played the right-hand side, tricky, direct with players, a wee bit like that. I know Chris Burke didn't reach the heights with Rangers, but he had a decent career as a footballer, but he reminds me of him as a youngster. Because Chris Burke, I thought, was good when he broke onto the scene at Rangers as a youngster. But I've been captain of Northern Ireland during the week there as well, so it's down to him. But it's there. Clement said it's there for him. You'll get game time. And yeah, I'm pretty confident he'll sign a contract. I mean, he's Rangers daft. All his family are Rangers. I think he wanted to play under Beale. I didn't think he's seen a pathway into the Rangers team. And I think he was maybe looking at going elsewhere. But since Clement's come in, there's a pathway now for him. He's playing him. I think playing him against Livingston showed that he believed in him, because he could have easily played Cantwell out there and Lammers in the middle. He could have easily done that, but he went with McCausland. He put trust in the young lad, and I thought he was good. Yeah, he's raw at times. There was times the final ball wasn't great, but that's what's going to be with a youngster. But he's direct, he's positive, quick, he's tricky, and yeah, fair play to young lad. And yeah, I'd give him more game time going forward. I really would, because like I say, it's a position that's up for grabs for me.
Same, and I think what you touch on about him making looking raw at times and maybe decision making, he's making poor decisions with the ball sometimes. This is what I always bang the drum about young players coming through. Let them do that. Let them make the mistakes, because when they're really young, you do that, you let them make mistakes. So when they're making this step up to the first team, why not just let them make mistakes and go, do you know what? That's done. You'll start the next game. You'll start the next game and you won't do that again, and you back them and you support them and you let them make mistakes. And I think sometimes that's what we do wrong with youngsters, because there has to be something we need to do differently with players when they're taking the step up from Resi's under 21s, whatever you want to call it, to or the B team to the first team, because too many of them are falling away for me. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. Carney, Ali makes a lot of good points about McCausland. He is very direct. He's a breath of fresh air. He's something different. I was worried where he was going when he said he reminds me of. I was trying to think who he was going to say, but he does make a good point. He is quite like Chris Burke, and I think it was Paul McGarrigle in the comments said that Barry Ferguson had mentioned that he's a bit like Neil McCann when he was younger. He does remind me of that. He's quite skillful and direct. What have you thought of him since he got introduced to the team?
Very impressed by him, and I think it's kind of long overdue that we've rewarded a youth player a chance to get in amongst the first team. Davey 1642, thank you so much, mate, for the donation. That's very, very much appreciated. Thank you so much. But with McCausland, it's we talk about, and you're right in saying that, let the players make the mistakes, let the players learn from the mistakes when they make the mistakes within games. That's so much easier when Rangers are playing well. See, when Rangers are not playing well, players will not be rewarded that opportunity and they'll get slated. You know it, we all know it, we've all done it. So we can all be honest enough to say that we have done that. So all this is kind of relative. It's all a chain reaction of what's going on at Rangers just now. The fact that we are playing better football, the fact that there is a fresh manager, the fact that there was a clean slate put in front of all the players, and I feel like McCausland's one of the ones that thought to himself, with Matondo getting injured, with Scott Wright then picking up a knock as well, he's thought, there's a big massive space for me to work myself into, and I've been very impressed with him. Very, very impressed. He's a real talent. Generally, a real talent, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing more of him. I think the fact that he's getting called up for the national squad as well just shows where he is in the terms of world football and what other people think of him. It's not just us within the Rangers bubble that believe that, and with the teams that have been linked to him as well, you can see that the boy must have something. He must have something about him. So I'm very much looking forward to D1Emo. I go with D1Emo for that. D1Emo. Thank you very much for becoming a YouTube member, but very much appreciated. Thank you so much. But yeah, look, more of the same from him. I think he's so unfortunate his goal didn't stand against Livingston. For me, I can't understand why that goal's cut off. I think it's, as I say, I referred to it as being a racing incident between Sima and the two defenders. I feel like it was just a kind of coming together. I don't think there's anybody fouling anybody there, really. It's not enough for a penalty. It's certainly not enough for a free kick to Livingston, in my opinion. And McCausland finishes beautifully. And I mean, it's brilliant. But he believes in himself. He's got confidence within himself to go and do this. I'm more than up for him starting as many games. Demo it is. Thank you. Demo. Thanks very much. But yeah, I'm more than up for McCausland starting more games than not now. I think he's got a real chance to become, if he puts pen to paper as well, I think he's got a real chance of becoming a bit of a regular starter for this team.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think you can tell, like Alex said, he is raw, but he has something to offer, because twofold. He's obviously got the talent, but we don't have a right winger, an out-and-out right winger like that at the moment. I don't see Matondo as one. And I don't see Sima as one. So I think that McCausland's definitely something to offer on that right-hand side. Whether or not it suits Tav, I think people get caught up in Rangers not signing right wingers much. I think that's a lot to do with Tavernier offers on the right-hand side. I think signing a right winger could be detrimental to Tavernier in terms of what he provides up front. So, yeah, it'll be interesting, and I think it takes the pressure off him a wee bit having Tavernier behind him. It's not a bad player to have behind you. So, yeah, I'm interested to see how McCausland goes going forward. Another player that interests me going forward, and Ali's mentioned as well at the beginning of the pod, is Tom Lawrence. He started the game, which I won't lie to you boys. I think I texted the chat and said, Tom Lawrence starting the game on plastic is like your son going out on his bike for the first time with no stabilisers. I was literally had the fear that he was going to get injured. He didn't. He played 78 minutes, and a very good 78 minutes, and he obviously got the set up for Dessers' goal. Ali, Tom Lawrence, I don't know many Rangers fans that don't like him. he is somebody who very much has something to offer if he can stay fit, if he is over this injury. But if you have a fit Tom Lawrence, he is a top starter for it. He starts before anyone just about in that midfield for me.
Yeah, and thanks. Martin Peoples becoming a YouTube member, much appreciated as well. But Tom Lawrence, I mean, I've banged the drum about Tom Lawrence when we signed him a year or so ago, what it was, because I saw a lot of him with Derby in the Championship, and I thought he's a player that would do a tune-up here. I thought he was very good, box to box, could score goals. He's intelligent for me, though, Ryan. See that one for Dessers? Most folk thought he's playing that down the wing to Seamer. I was watching with Tommy and screaming to play to Seamer. Nah, checks in, space opens up, and he plays that ball. Intelligent. We don't have a lot of them. We need more intelligent players like him.
Yeah.
Because he can just create a goal out of nothing at times. And I was the same as you, Ryan. When I seen he was starting on a plastic pitch, I thought, oh, God. I mean, most of that, I'd like to know a Rangers fan that picked that team for Livingston. I don't think anyone would have got that team, to be honest. And fair play to Clement for doing it. But it's keeping him fit for me now, Ryan. Last time he came back, he had that wee bang in the road and he was out for a good few weeks there. But he's back. He's played a good amount of minutes, you said, against Livingston there for me. And yeah, I fit Tom Lawrence as an asset for Rangers, and he can play in different positions for Rangers. At Derby, he did kind of play wide left for them quite a lot of the time, but I like him in the middle of the park. I kind of liked where he played against Livingston. And yeah, I think he's got a big role to play in this Rangers team going forward, because as Carney keeps banging on about, and myself, and folk slaughter me and Carney for it especially, Lammers for me offers nothing in this team at the moment, especially in the middle of the park. And Tom Lawrence is a guy that for me slots in there. Obviously, you'll come on to Ryan Jack, but yeah, I really like Tom Lawrence, but he's just he's the cliche. He's like a new signing, Ryan, but can he stay fit? Hopefully, he's not Kemar Roof's trainer, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, the first Kemar Roof joke straight in there. Nice.
Thanks very much, Donald Rice, for the super sticker as well.
Yeah, thank you, Donald. Thank you for the donations, everybody, guys. We know it's coming close to Christmas, so that's really appreciated as always. Intelligence is a word, Carney, that intelligence is a word I wouldn't use for Alistair Pearson. That intelligence is a word that Alistair Pearson used.
Yes, that's true.
People, in fact, before I move on to you, Carney, people, there's rumours going about in this chat, Alistair, that you're drinking Smirnoff Ice. Can you reveal that? Is it?
A big fan or something?
I can confirm it is Aldi's version of Fanta Lemon, and it's one of my favourites, and it's very nice. It's not an alcoholic beverage. I'm not nervous like a certain Mr. Gemmell, so yeah, that is what it is.
Nice, and there is other drinks
available
at other supermarkets.
Yes. So, other supermarkets.
Aye, I've got that covered. Don't you worry about that. Aye, so intelligence is a word that Mr. Pearson used to describe Tom Lawrence, Carney. I think he's a player who is. I mentioned Todd Cantwell, and we will go into him. That Todd Cantwell raised the bar in terms of Rangers signings and taking us to a level that we kind of need to be to start bringing trophies back in. Tom Lawrence is also a player of that level, in my opinion, who can raise that bar. He's a top player when he's fit.
Absolutely. You'll know fine well, mate, that when Ali's correct about something, it doesn't often please me. But he was very much correct about Tom Lawrence. I remember him saying, even off air before we even done the pod, he was like, by the way, if we get Lawrence, he is a bit of a player, like he is. Like Ali said how impressed he'd been, and I'm going, okay, Alistair. Yes, okay, Alistair. But no, look, he was absolutely spot on the money. Lawrence is an exciting player to have. I'm not going to lie, and of course, everybody will say it's typical me being negative. His injury proneness does concern me. It really does. But again, you've got to give him the benefit of the doubt, the fact that he's got himself fit. He's lasted on that plastic pitch, and he made a real impact since coming back into it. Yes, mate.
I would say in Lawrence that we talk about him and being injury prone. See, previous to him coming to Rangers, was he injured? He's never really been injured at any other club. I know. Talk on, come to Rangers and you get injured, but he isn't injury prone like Kemar Roof from previous clubs. He has stayed fit. We've just been unlucky, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately it seems we have been. Sorry, I was getting to there. Never mind, I was doing something that I should have been doing from the
You're
start of the pod.
multitasking. You're multitasking.
I know I was
It's fine.
multitasking. I know. I'm back now. It's okay. I'm back. But no, that sums everything up about him coming to Rangers, though, and our medical teammate and the way we do things. But I think that's probably a concern of a different conversation altogether. The concern we've had with the training, the medical team, the recovery, the non-use of the whatever it's called chamber. All these things are relevant. I think he has been unfortunate coming here and getting injured, as Ali said. But he came back and then he was out again, and he came back and he was out again, and you're like, please don't continue to do that. Like, please don't. Billy, thank you very much for the £10, mate. Very much appreciated. Thank you so much for the support. But look, Lawrence is a guy that, as Ali said, he's a guy that gets you on the edge of your seat. If he turns with the ball, he's got a bit of space, he maybe beats a man, all of a sudden you're like, oh, we're onto something. Because he's quite pacey as well for the position he's playing in. He's got quite a bit of speed about him, and he's direct. That's the most exciting bit. He certainly is not looking for a pass to the side. He's very much looking for a pass forward at every opportunity, which is what it's all about for me. So yeah, maybe I'm being a wee bit over cautious about his kind of injuries, but he's came through with flying colours, and I don't think it'll be too long before everybody, if not now, everybody will be saying he should start every game.
Yeah, I agree. I think if the old one, if he stays fit, but yeah, he's definitely a great player, and I'm a big fan of him. He can take set pieces as well. He can take corners. He can take free kicks as well. Tom Lawrence, and that remains to be seen, but it'll be interesting. I think Sunday's a big test for him if he starts on Sunday. I'm not sure if he will, but if he starts on Sunday, that'll be a big test for him because, as I imagine, it's going to be quite an intense game on Sunday. So before we go into the promo side of things, I just want to mention Todd Cantwell as well. He's had splinters in his bum a few times since Clement came in. He's found himself on the bench, maybe not playing as much as he wants to. Tom Lawrence throws up a predicament for me because if everyone is fit, I'll stay with you, Carney. Do you play Tom Lawrence and Cantwell in the same team, and where do you play them?
I think when Lawrence has came back and we have seen the persistence of Lammers through the middle and Cantwell getting played out right, maybe this is an eye to this. Maybe this is an eye to when Lawrence is back, Lawrence gets the 10 and Cantwell has as much effect as he can from the right-hand side. It's going to be interesting to see what Clement believes, and I don't know if we'll ever see it because of the way that he speaks about the squad, whether we'll ever see what we think is his settled 11, what his starting 11 is. I don't know if he's really going to have one. I think he would have maybe a starting 15, 16, something like that, guys that he would be happy to rotate no matter who it was, and that would be his core. So instead of a starting 11, it would be a Cantwell and or Lawrence or vice versa, or whatever way he wants to do it, if that makes sense. So it's interesting. I'm still all for Cantwell being the 10, which does throw up a conundrum of what do we do with Lawrence then, because if he's fit, I kind of want him playing because of how effective he is on the pitch and how effective he's been since he's came back. So right now, mate, I'm firmly on the fence, genuinely, and it's not often I do that. I don't usually sit on the fence. It's a real difficult one to try and shoehorn them into the team. Whether we see a slight tweak in the formation, possibly. Maybe he moves to a 3-5-2 almost, and he kind of frees up another space within the midfield for both of them to be playing. If we only need one holding midfielder, for example, that's a chance that you might be able to see both Lawrence and Cantwell kind of closer into each other. I don't know. It's an interesting one for me. It's a head scratcher, and I will sit on the fence. But only thing I'll say for sure, I still think Cantwell should be the 10. I think it's up to the rest of the team to knock him off of that, knock him out of that position, or for the manager to find a way to get the players into the team that he thinks should be there.
Ali, it's an interesting one. Like Carney would play him, Cantwell was the 10. I would play him as the 10 as well. I don't think Clement fancies him at 10 at all. He'll have his reasons for it. He seems to like him out on his right-hand side, and if he's not the right-hand side, he's kind of right-hand side of the bench. It kind of strikes me sometimes, and I might be looking too much into it, that Clement isn't overly, not, I don't want to say impressed by Cantwell, but he's not in the fan club of Todd Cantwell the way maybe you and I are.
Yeah, it's difficult without asking Clement. But I thought he would have started against Livingston, Cantwell, I really did. And when he was on the bench, I was surprised, to be honest. He's come on, he plays in that wide position, which I think he's wasted out there. In Europe, I think he does okay there in Europe at times because teams open up against us there and he gets a bit of space and joy. But domestically, for me, he's our best player. I think he's our best player, Todd Cantwell. And for me, you play your best player in his position. And I agree with Carney, that's a 10. We've all been saying all season, play him in a 10. And I've said to Carney, we've talked about Lammers, that he's playing him at 10. He's playing him there as if I'll continually play him there and hopefully something comes off for Lammers. But for me, Lammers doesn't offer enough to play that position. Cantwell's the man to play there. So going forward, Cantwell has to play the 10 for me. I'll be really interested to see what he plays against Aberdeen. In terms of Tom Lawrence, I think Tom Lawrence could play an 8. I think Lundstram can certainly Tom Lawrence could play an 8. Again, it'll be interesting, this midfield selection. You've got Cifuentes, again, is a guy that's kind of fallen away. Not really seen him under Clement yet. Where does he fit in? So, young Bailey Rice as well. But, yeah, Cantwell for me, Ryan, the number 10 all day long. That's his position. He's our best player. You play him there.
I would play him there. I agree. I would play him as number 10. Where do you play Lawrence then? Ali, do you play him? Do you sit him deeper with the holder? Or do you give him a kind of freer rein? Where do you play Lawrence? Because it's a hard one with this, but it's just come into my head today, to be honest, because I was coming up with an agenda. Lawrence is very good at playing those deep balls, those intelligent balls, as you put it. But can he play that deep centre midfielder, or do you want him up the park more?
I don't know. I prefer him further up the park, but I think he could play it, Ryan. I really do.
Yeah.
Lundstram, for me, is the guy that will sit and sweep up there, and he needs somebody beside it. Ryan Jack beside him works perfectly. It really does, Ryan Jack, but we'll come on to Ryan Jack. But yes, I think Lawrence can. I think he can. I think he can do that position for us. As you say, Ryan, I think he is quite good sitting deep. He can pick out that final ball for us, that needle through the haystack, if you want to stay in terms of that ball. So, yeah. But like I say, I'll be interested to see what he plays on Sunday, especially with the news of Ryan Jack potentially. So, interesting times.
Yeah, it is indeed. And we will play Injury Bingo after a word from our sponsors. It is time for a word from our sponsors. It's not a bird, it's not a plane, it's a ball trimmer sent from space. Gentlemen and ladies, our friends over at Manscaped have been working night and day to bring you the below-the-waist grooming experience like none other with the brand new Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. We'll talk about a next-generation trimmer with interchangeable blade heads for whatever shave you have in mind. You can have in your imagination. Upgrade your grooming game to the Ultrasphere this year by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with code CLUB@22. High tech for low places, Manscaped. AI is cool, but I think this might be the biggest technological advancement the world has ever seen. Every man knows how scary it can get when you go for a close shave below the belt. That's why we trust Manscaped for all the sensitive areas. Inside this package, you'll find the star of the show, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. Their fifth generation trimmer features two interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blades heads, a standard one for taking a little off the top, and a new foil blade to go smooth whenever your heart desires. This bad boy also features dual LED spotlights to provide contrast on multiple skin tones so you can shed some light on your darkest places, and it's waterproof. Taking it on the go, Manscaped has you covered. This kit comes with a travel case and even a travel lock feature to avoid any accidental powdering or weird looks in the airport. I can vouch for that. I took it with me during the week and travelled, and it did not go off in my case, which was great. Upgrade your ball trimmer and your life will follow. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code CLUB@22 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code CLUB@22 at manscaped.com. I can promise you've never seen a ball trimmer look like a spaceship. Get yours today from our folks at Manscaped.
You got there, mate. You got there in the end. Yes, you got there. I'll quickly take over. Yes, as you can all see as well, it's a Black Friday giveaway as well. So subscribe to the channel, and all you have to do after a minute, you subscribe, you'll be able to leave a comment in the live chat. Either comment Manscaped if you want a chance to win the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra package, as we spoke about, that comes with the ball deodorant as well as a travel bag, and comment Rangers if you want a chance of winning the Rangers top as well. So thank you, Manscaped, for your continued support and for letting Ryan read out the promo, because I know how much he enjoys it.
Love it. Love that it's American people that write those. It's extremely clear their English is poor.
There's the next one. The next one's about Thanksgiving, and I'm like, we don't really do Thanksgiving. I'm like, I've got a bit of homework in mind to do for one for December anyway. Ewan, thank you so much for the £2. Very much appreciated.
Aye, and Curry Muncher has a wee dig there saying that Ryan never worked in a customer service based role. You will be shocked, but that's where myself and Mr. Carney actually met.
It is. It actually is.
And shock horror, strap yourself in. I don't work in customer service anymore.
I do. I still do. So, yeah.
I had to get out of that business. I was clearly too good at it. Boys, we'll move on. As I said, injury bingo, unfortunately, which is a common theme, and I know it brings the tone down a wee bit with the pod tonight, because it has been quite positive because Rangers are going well. But I do want to say that Ryan Jack has been mentioned in the pod today, the press conference today, that he is a major doubt for Sunday's match after before the international break. He did go away with Scotland, guys, didn't he? He was with the Scotland squad.
Yeah.
Did he? Sorry, I'm really unprofessional here. If anyone didn't know, I do not follow Scotland. Did he play with them? Ali, did he play with Scotland?
I think he came on as a substitute in one of them. I think Scotia's the man to ask, because
I think
he was there.
I think it was the Norway game then, because I'm pretty sure I checked the Georgia game and he didn't play. I'm sure he get booed.
I'm sure he get booed when he came on.
I did, so he did. I saw there was. Yeah, you're right. There was something.
That's for Scotia. It's not in the podcast. Scotia booed him as well, so it's been sacked for it.
So many things I want to say.
Scotia doesn't do that. Scotia doesn't do that.
So sometimes when we're doing these pods, I totally forget we're recording. I feel as if we're just chatting, and the things that go through my head, and I refrain myself from saying it. I'm so glad. But Ryan Jack is a major doubt for Sunday, which is extremely frustrating. I think he's been playing well. You and Carney, yourself and Stevie had mentioned that, I think, in the pod, how well he'd been playing. But Carney, I'll come to you. We are here again. If he doesn't play on Sunday or he's not fit, how do I put this question? What do we do going forward? I feel as if we go around this roundabout, merry-go-round constantly with Ryan Jack. We all know what he's got. We all know his attributes. But here we are again, mate. What do we do?
Tell him to stop playing for Scotland. Look, Ryan Jack he's been great since he came back, and it is 4 games in a row. I get that, and we are back to the point where he's a doubt, and we don't know for sure if he's definitely injured. It's the problem with him. I think I don't know what we do. I don't think it's the long-term solution, as much as it pains me to say that, because everybody knows I'm a Jacko fanboy, but we have to look at the longevity of it, and we have to, as good as the partnership has been between Lundstram and Jack, we can't have it just for small periods of the season. It has to be consistent. It's something that we need to build within the team. We need consistency. So he's never going to stop playing for Scotland, because he obviously wants to go to the Euros, so that's not going to happen. I suppose it's either I'll be damned if we do and damned if we don't. I think anybody that says he's not been good since the last 4 games there with Lundstram, I think's maybe not been completely honest with themselves, because I think he's been great. I really do. I think him and Lundstram seem to have really found their form, and they very much have a good understanding of each other. And I think he has been back to the kind of usual Ryan Jack that we'd been used to see from yesteryear, if you like. What do we do, mate? I don't know. Honestly, it's one of those ones that pains me to talk about. It really does, because I think we all know he's a real asset to us when he's in form and he's fit and he can play. Then he's brilliant, and he's in the starting lineup more often than not. but we can't keep having this, because I'm kind of contradicting myself to an extent as well, because of the way that I feel about Kamar Roof, and it's getting to the point where it's very much the same thing. We get them for small periods, then they're injured, and then we're back to the conversation that we're having about Ryan Jack yet again, mate. So I don't know, is my honest answer. The only thing that I can be sure of is that it can't be the long term for Rangers. This can't be the plan going forward for it. As good a player as I think he is, it's just more important to me that we get consistency. And you can tell it's paining me to say it. It really is, it's paining me to say it. But whether he becomes a squad option, probably, yeah, I see that more going forward. And I think if Raskin comes back fit, I presume it will be Lundstrom and Raskin that will be the midfield two, and not Jack and Lundstrom for this reason. And it might be a case that Jack becomes horses for courses, but can we afford to do something like that? I don't know. But right now, mate, I suppose we were all expecting it to come, weren't we, really?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think we were. I think it was all at the back of our heads. Let's hope it is just a knock, or he maybe just misses this game and he's back for Thursday. I don't know. It's frustrating that we have these conversations maybe every bi-monthly. We kind of have these conversations about Ryan Jack, and he comes back as I run a couple of games, and I think the most frustrating thing is he proves his worth. Sorry, Carney.
Sorry, I was just jumping in here because I've seen John said 20% off Manscaped are giving 25% off. Use 2 codes, mate. That's all I'm saying. You can use 2 codes. Just saying, use our code. We get even more off. That's all I'm saying. And to do that, by the way, when you go into the checkout bit, it will say Black Friday's applied. Click where it says Black Friday's applied and enter club at 22, and you'll get an extra 20% off, because I've tried it myself. So there you go. Even more
there's
money.
There's a Brucey bonus for you.
There's a Brucey bonus for you. Sorry,
can't
Ryan.
end to beat this. No, that's all right. This is an unreal Black Friday. You're having a stormer, mate. Honestly, an absolute stormer. We're giving a shirt away. We're giving Manscaped products away, and we've got a promo code to put on top of your Black Friday. What else are these people wanting?
Exactly,
it's
mate.
Free.
Exactly.
It's free.
It's free. It's unreal. Free. I know.
Unreal. Where are we? Ryan Jack. Aye, but I think the most frustrating thing about it's Roof and Jack. It's that similar feeling. It's because they can be such an asset to the players, to the team. Ryan Jack for me is just. I kind of had it in my head that the long-term plan isn't there for him. I feel that I'm not saying pay him off, get rid of him today, but I think if Clement is seriously making long-term plans for his team, I don't think Ryan Jack can be a part of it, because he's just not reliable, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He isn't reliable, because as soon as Raskin was injured there, Ryan Jack came in, done very well for 4 games. He played very good against when he was sitting there with Lundstrom. I thought they were the first 2 picks for the middle of the park for me, those 2. And then he goes away with Scotland. I said when he got the contract in the summer there, Ryan, I know Rangers can't ask him to do this, but I thought they might have had a wee word in his ear to say, look, get you a contract, but you need to let Scotland go. Because that 2-week break there for him, Ryan, when he played the 4 games in a draw, that 2-week break would have been perfect for him. Just to have a week off of it, so, and then recover. But he's obviously went to Scotland, trained, he's played 10 minutes or so. But it's disappointing, because we go round this merry-go-round all the time with Ryan Jack. Like Carney says, you get 4, 5, 6 games out of him, and then bang, he's out for the next 6 games. But interesting to see is because Clement didn't rule him out. Says he was a doubt. So for all we know, he could be playing games with us and playing games at Aberdeen, and he's in the team sheet on Sunday. So we don't know. So I'll wait till Sunday to see if he is in the team or in the squad. But if he's not, it's disappointing, because at the moment we're asking out, we're relying on Ryan Jack, and we can't rely on him, if you know what I mean. So, I don't think he'll get a contract next season, though, Ryan. I'll say that.
Don't do that to me, Alistair.
Sorry, I think Clement's quite a ruthless guy, Carney, and I think the way he talks, he wants guys that are going to be dependable. And Ryan Jack is dependable in a football park when he's available, but sadly, he's not available enough for me. So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, let's hope we are often proved wrong with the starting lineups at the weekend. We predict certain players to play and we get it wrong a lot. So let's hope we're wrong again on Sunday and he plays against that lot, because they absolutely hate when he plays against them. So yeah, let's hope. I just thought it was worth a conversation, because it's always disappointing to hear if he has picked up or not. But yeah, let's hope he's in the squad on Sunday and he plays for us. Conscious of time, guys. Let's go into why we're here to speak about going forward. As we were playing Aberdeen on Sunday, football was back, real football was back, as people have put in the comments. Thank the Lord. Phil Clement did his press conference today, which I really enjoyed watching. You will see that on the Rangers YouTube site. He said, I think we showed our way of playing in the first few weeks. People have always big expectations about international weeks. We have players away on international duty. But with the players we have here, they worked on a lot during the break. He was asked about injuries. We've kind of covered that. Raskin's out. Jack's doubtful. Roof is starting to train on himself. No jokes, please, Mr. Pearson. He also said it's important to keep everyone fit. We need all the players to show they're ready for the fixtures that we have. There's been the same amount of work during international breaks, but in different ways for the busy matches that we have in the weeks ahead. He said he doesn't want to speak on rumours. I think he was asked about, I can't believe I'm actually mentioning this in the pod, but he was asked about the Ryan Kent rumour. He said he doesn't want to speak about rumours. He'll only speak about players who are inside the building. He's focused on his players and what they need to do. In this group, he's got a lot of work and concentration that we still have to grow. And we'll have to take this week by week. I want to win every time. I know there will be bumps on the way, but for now, all the focus is on Sunday. He was asked about Rabbi Matondo, and he said he can also play central. He played well for Belgium as a second striker, something I didn't know about. His press conference was very impressive as always. I love listening to him. He just, every time you look at him, you think he gets it. Ali, I don't know if you've caught up with the press conference today, but he came across very well as always. But I think you can tell the hunger in his press conference. You can tell he's desperate for Sunday as much as you and I are. Did you see it today at all?
Yeah, I listened to it in the car on the way home from work, and I like the way he speaks. Clement, they're obviously looking for sound bites, the press, in terms of you mentioned Ryan Kent, Ryan. So that's a different discussion. But
just on that, right? One word answer: Ryan Kent, yes or no, Ali?
No.
Ryan.
One word.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
I was saying no. I've just thought I wanted to see your opinion on it, but I don't think there's anything in it anyway. Sorry for running over the top of you there, Ali. I don't think there's anything in it anyway. I think it's just one of those things that he's not doing very well at his current club, and it's an easy link to make. But for me, no, shouldn't be happening. Shouldn't even be considered.
No, we've got the best young Welshman we all know. Rabbi Matondo is back, so strap yourself in. But no, in terms of Clement and his presser, everything he says, I just like. The first thing I'm looking for is injury updates and all that, which you've obviously went through in terms of who's available, etc. But the way he handles the press, he just wants to win, the guy. That's what he says. He wants to win this block of 12 games. He wants to win every single game. Like I said earlier on, Ryan, he did mention there will be a bump in the road because football's not perfect. Life isn't perfect. So there will be a bump somewhere, but he doesn't want to bump in the next 12 games. He's going out to win. Obviously, he talked about in terms of Lundstrom being there and who sits beside him and what. And yeah, I just think he handles the press really well. And I just see him as a guy that would motivate you. If you are working under him, I could just see you'd want to go through brick walls for him. And more of that. Every press conference, I enjoy listening to him. Michael Beale, I remember Michael Beale came in, we all went, yeah, it's good because he's talking, but he talked too much, Michael Beale. I think a lot of folk referred to him as a bit of a kind of car salesman, the way he spoke. But Clement, for me, he's the real deal. He's a proper manager, Ryan. You can tell that from, he says he's been in football 30 years, so you can tell that. Media trained, and he's everything he says is good so far for me. And Justin Muir, as always, thank you very much. God bless America.
6 a.m. kickoff over there.
That's dedication for you.
I'd be doing the same. Well done, Justin. Thank you very much. Carney, I try to kind of restrain myself from falling in love with managers, but at that fans forum, I won't lie to you that I felt a wee flutter in my heart and maybe other places in my body, but we'll keep it clean. Clement is ticking boxes for me, but as Ali puts it, we've finally got a proper football manager. And yes, he doesn't have a magic wand, and there will be bumps in the road, but for me, he's the first step to getting where we need to be, and he just impresses me every time I hear him.
Yeah, I'm the same. We were speaking about it again on Monday night when me and Stevie recorded as well, and the bit where he says, I'm not building momentum because momentum means something has to stop. I'm building a machine that never stops. And I'm like, yes, more of that, please. Like, absolutely loved it. The guy he's just a winner, and he's realistic, and he's stern, and he's good with the press. So far, so good in terms of the football. There's not much about the guy not to really like. I like the way he talks. I like the way he approaches the game. I think he'll be relentless in the way that he approaches his work. I feel like he's the guy that will be first there in the morning and he'll be the last guy to leave at night. He's one of those kind of guys. I think it will just be constant. How can we improve? How can we improve? How can we improve? It's the more that you're seeing it kind of weighed up against who we were linked with when Beale was released, you can see why Clement has very much became the front runner just by purely the way that he presents himself. He doesn't suffer fools gladly, as some questions that get asked at the presser is clear to see. He very much bats them away and makes them feel rather teeny tiny, which is good. It is good, and he also shows bits where he's a human, and he shows that he's got a bit of a sense of humour and there's something to him. It's not just a football wall or just a kind of robotic stance that he has. I think some of his answers will be kind of robotic, but I think if you ask the right questions to Clement, I think you'll get quite a lot out of him. So no, I mean, see right now, mate, I'm the same. I'm trying to rein myself in about how much I'm all aboard the Clement train, because I very much am, mate. I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing, and I'm just looking forward to seeing more and more and more of him.
Yeah, same. And I don't want, like talking about just touching on the bumps in the road, you kind of just don't want the players to let him down, because you know he's put faith in them. You can tell he's sat them down. He's got the confidence in them. Thank you very much, Mr. Jim Sloan. Always not.
Thank you, Jim.
And that's a lot. We really appreciate that. Again, unbelievable. But I don't want anybody to let him down that kind of way. If you understand where I'm coming from, because you can tell he's sat the players down and he's installed confidence in them. You can see players playing different. John Lundstrom hasn't just flicked a switch and he started playing well. For me, that comes from the manager. It does, and he's done it with a few players so far. And I just don't want him to let him down. So big fan of Clement, and I just got into him there just because I was talking about the press conference. We do play Aberdeen on Sunday. Sky game, guys. So on Sunday. And they are currently 9th in the league, which is great to watch. And if results went the wrong way, they could be bottom, which would be unbelievable. But I doubt it in terms of results going against them. But let's hope we just beat them anyway. Ali, there's been a lot of talk about Aberdeen raised their game because they had their normal kind of display against that lot before the international break. This has been an ongoing thing. I'll be honest, Ali, I just don't care. I just want to beat them. It's one of those ones that, in my head, I kind of just think, that lot will get 12 points off of my season. I don't really expect them ever to get, but I just care if Rangers beat them. That's all I care about. And we do have to turn up on Sunday. We can't just use that excuse of, they'll be up for it. We need to be up for it as well.
No, of course we do. And we owe Aberdeen one after the last time they played us at Ibrox, which was ultimately demise of Michael Beale. It's a horrible place to be at that day. But no, we need to go up there, Ryan. Carney touched on it. Go up there, play our own game. Doesn't matter what Aberdeen are doing. Go up there and play our own game. If we go up there and play our own game and we're on it, we should be beating Aberdeen and taking care of Aberdeen. I don't think Clement will have the players going up there, Ryan, thinking we just need to turn up. He's not that type of guy. He'll have them revved up for it. I think he'll remind them of the previous game they played against Aberdeen at Ibrox in our backyard. The players let themselves down big style that day. So they've got a chance for redemption. They've got a chance. We obviously play Aberdeen in a cup final come as well. So it's time to put a marker down as well. So, it's all there. He's got players back now, Ryan. the squad looks a bit better now. I know obviously Ryan Jack's a doubt, but we've got players coming back now. We've got more options. So yeah, Aberdeen, they're a funny team. Aberdeen. I know that it's been going on this week about what Chris Boyd said, basically about it doesn't matter what happened against Celtic because they'll show up against Rangers, and they usually do. They usually put a fight against Rangers, but it's up to us to take the fight to Aberdeen. And I want us to take the fight to Aberdeen from minute one when we go up there. Not set off Aberdeen and let them play and come at us. We go at Aberdeen and play our own game. And if we do, we should have more than enough to beat Aberdeen.
Yeah, totally. I rate a couple of players. You know, I like that boy Clarkson. I think he's a very tidy player. But it's definitely about us, Carney, on Sunday. It's I don't want us getting sucked into this too much. Aberdeen raised their game against us. It's been the case before probably we were born. Or we were following Rangers. So as a support, I get where Chris Boyd was coming from that day, but I just don't want to get sucked into this kind of poor us that other teams try harder against us. Let's just go out and beat them on Sunday.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more, mate, with that. I don't think it's... We all know... Blue Bells Are Blue. Thank you very much for gifting Club at 22 podcast memberships. I don't really know what that means, but I appreciate it. I generally do. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. But yeah, I don't really want to get sucked into that either. That the other teams try harder against other teams and all that. We know every team that comes to players will raise their game. Every single team, it's always going to happen. Andrew McDonald for doing the same thing. Thank you very much appreciated for doing so. But I don't want to get drawn into that. I'm also one of those ones that thinks this isn't really a rivalry. It's a rivalry because the media like it to be a rivalry and Aberdeen fans like it to be. For me, it isn't. It just isn't. It's just another team that we have to beat in Scotland. I don't take it as serious as that. Do I like them? No, I don't. I do not like them at all. But do I like them? They're really in Scottish football. There's a few that I don't have a mass opinion about, but I don't see it as being this kind of rivalry that we need to be kind of sucked into. But it's good to promote it, I suppose. It's good for the Sky Sports to promote it like that and to make it a feisty occasion, as it always seems to be. It's up to us. It's up to us. It's up to us to beat Aberdeen. It's up to us to implement our game. I believe if we implement our game onto them, they won't be able to live with it. And I think we'll beat them anyway. I think the result against them is to be expected, isn't it? I mean, that's just what they do. Aberdeen still have a chip on their shoulder, the fact that we were away for however many years it was and they done absolutely hee-haw while we weren't there against a very mediocre Celtic team that wasn't getting any money pumped into it. So they've got chips on their shoulders because of that, really, more than anything else. So yeah, it's not about Aberdeen, it's about Rangers.
Yeah, totally. I'm expecting a tough game just because it's Aberdeen, really, and they tend to be tough games. So I fully expect us to win. Though I think we've got too much quality, and I think the Clement train is well on their way. So I'm hoping for a renowned victory. Where's the my English go there? Resounding victory. Thanks. Sorry. I know. Carl, I'll stick with you then. Can you give me your team and your scores, and everybody in the comments get your teams and scores in as well?
Yeah, and last shout for getting Manscaped or Rangers comments into the chat if you want to enter into the draw, because we'll do it after the teams. My team is Butland, Tavernier, Goldson, Balogun, Yilmaz.
Yes.
Lundstrom and Jack, if Jack is fit. If not, what Ali mentioned earlier on kind of had me double thinking myself, I think, a wee bit. Maybe he'll play Lawrence there. Maybe he will. I'm not 100% sure. If not, I think you could see Cifuentes come back in. What I would play if Jack's not fit would be Lundstrom, Cifuentes. I would play Cantwell in the 10, Lawrence on the left, Sima on the right, and Danilo through the middle. And I'm going for 3-0 Rangers and Danilo to score the first goal.
Oh, yes, you are on the Christmas card list for playing with Van Yilmaz. Love that. Mr. Pearson, give me your score line and your team and score line, please.
I'm just about to go off your Christmas card list and probably off that holiday we're away on to Ryan as well. So my team is Jack Butland, back four of Tav, Goldson, Balogun, Bona Barisic. For me, I think he likes him. I don't think he I don't think he likes Yilmaz that much, Ryan. I'll be honest about it. He's played Barisic a few games where he could have played Yilmaz and he hasn't. So Barisic, I'm taking Ryan Jack isn't available for Sunday, so I would play him, but I'm taking he's not available. So Lundstrom, Lawrence, Cantwell is my kind of three. Danilo through the middle, Seema one side, hummed and hawed with us. But then for me, he was one of the best players in the part, and you've got to let him go with it. I play McCausland on the right-hand side. Give him a bit. I did think he might bring Scott Wright back in, because Scott Wright, for me, deserves to play after his performances. But for me, McCausland's got the shot, so McCausland starts for me. Similar to Carney, I'm going 3-1 Rangers. First goal scorer will be Seema, because he's due a goal.
Interesting. You're entitled to pick Borna Barisic. On you go, Carney.
I was thinking as well, someone mentioned in the chat, I've lost it, I don't know where it's went. Be interesting to see Rice playing.
I did think of him today. I did think, yeah.
It'd be interesting if he gets an opportunity the way that McCausland has, because I think every time we've seen Bailey Rice, we've been pretty impressed with him. So maybe
he's probably a natural replacement for Ryan Jack, if you want to say, where he kind of plays Bailey Rice.
Yeah.
You know, he actually did say that in the press conference today about, I think it was Josh Barry had asked him about the midfield, and he said it might not just be like a first team, and it might be a young boy. He said, I wouldn't rule that out. So it could be Bailey Rice. I'd love to see Bailey Rice start on Sunday. I'm all for that. I wouldn't have any qualms about him starting. I think he looks very mature for his age. I'll go Butland, Tavernier, Goldson, Balogun, Ridvan Yilmaz, John Lundstrom, Tom Lawrence, Seema, Cantwell, McCausland, and Danilo. And I will go 2-0 Rangers, Danilo brace, and 3 points and down the road, please. That would be very much appreciated. And just on the Ridvan Yilmaz, he just doesn't get a run. That's why people only for him.
Here we go, man. Just doesn't get a run, but when he gets a run, he gets injured.
Well, hey, he's not been injured for months. He get 2 games there.
He's not a run because he's not running the team.
He couldn't play in Europe because of Michael Beale. You know, give the boy a run. He's 22-year-old. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening to the Ridvan Yilmaz podcast.
Yes.
No, thanks very much, everybody, for tuning in this evening. That will just about do us. Hopefully,
you'll draw first before we finish up, mate.
Will do. I'll just say bye to Ali Pearson first, because I won't be speaking to him after tonight. Ali,
mate. It was good knowing you, Ryan. Yeah, we'll just walk past each other on that holiday we're on and just look like we don't know each other. So I know it's good to be on tonight, and just really looking forward to having Rangers back on Sunday. It's that 2-week break. I hate it, especially when it's international football. I know Scotia loves it because he gets to see Scotland, but Rangers for me. And as Rangers go back on Sunday, there's a lot of games from now to the winter break. It's something like 12 games and 30 odd days or something. So it's a lot of football, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, thank you, mate. And it's eyes down for the draw, Mr. Scott Carney.
Yes, so that is right now. I say it's close. Don't date now, whatever you day, because I'm on a different page now because I've been keeping track of all this. So Ali, do me a favour, pick a number between. This is for the Manscaped. Pick a number. In fact, no, I can't do that because it's not. Doesn't matter. I'm going to do it at random. So I'll look away. I'm scrolling up and down on this page, and the first one at the top that's landed on Manscaped will be the winner. George Tate, congratulations. You are the winner of the Manscaped 5.0 Ultra. If you can do me a favour, please, George, and email me at club. Doesn't matter. It's in the description for the pod. It's the email for the podcast. I'll put it in the description for the pod as well. Email me, mate, and I'll get that sorted to you. The Rangers one now. Right, so I'll do it random. The Rangers top. First one, Rangers at the top, is Robert Robertson. Congratulations, you have won.
Robertson. There's 2 of them, is there not?
What's this one? Whoever won this one is. Whatever one that one is.
Or
it's
that
one.
Robert Robertson.
It's that Robert Robertson. Yeah, Robert Robertson. If you can get in touch with me, I will sort out the Rangers top for you. Let me know your size, etc. But just get in touch with me. Or on Twitter, whatever's easiest for you, but just get in touch with me. Congratulations to the winners. Thank you everybody for taking part. And I hope you enjoy it. It's nice to give something away on Black Friday and not make people spend money. So thank you to Manscaped. I was going to say thank you to Rangers, but it's not Rangers. It's not. It's not Rangers.
Unbelievable pod tonight. There is no other pod like it in terms of we're giving stuff away on Black Friday and it is free. Unbelievable. Mr. Tate, enjoy that Manscaped shaver. If you want it signed by Scotia, I'm sure you can make that request to Carney and he'll try and sort that out if we can find him. And enjoy your top as well, Robert Robertson, whatever Robert Robertson it is. But yes, everybody enjoy your Sunday. We'll be back with a post-match on Sunday after the game. We are Club at 22. Thanks for listening.